Hey Virgo, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your monthly forecast for the month of October 2017. Now, what's going on for you this month, Virgo, is we have Mars and Venus right here in your first house of yourself and your identity and of who you are. So I think there's lots of stuff going on just about you and everything about you and who you are and what you want, and really trying to manifest some things that are important to you that you want done, and perhaps in a really, really big and bold way. I think a lot of it has to do with your daily routines, what your life looks like externally, really trying to work on all of that. I think a lot of it too has to do with creating a life that resonates more truly with your heart, or allows you to be more comfortable in, or just allows you to get in touch with something perhaps a little bit emotional for you as well, with Venus here in your first about to overtake Mars this month too. Okay, I think while you're thinking about yourself, a lot of stuff going on with you around the board this month. I think there's some confusion about other people and about your partnerships and about your relationships going on here with Mars and Venus making an opposition to Neptune in your seventh of partners. Maybe as you're trying to do stuff that are important to you, you're trying to figure out, how do other people fit into this equation and into this picture, and how can you work with them better, and what can you do? And I think there may be some confusion that is coming in here, and I think you're trying to figure out how to overcome this confusion about other people so that you really can start to build something that is important to you and have people be on board with what is going on here. Okay, I think a lot of that stuff, of course, is left over from last month, from September, but we're still feeling a little bit at the beginning of October as we're moving in here. Okay, so I think that is what is happening there. I think a lot of it also has to do with right here, something that makes you happy going on, romantic relationships, kids as well, something along those lines here. I think you're really trying to figure out how you can do something in life that makes you happy, or that you enjoy. Maybe what makes you happy is changing. What you thought you enjoyed, you don't enjoy anymore. A romantic relationship is changing. A situation with kids is changing too. That has a lot to do with your identity, and I think you're just trying to figure out how you can create more of a life that you want, doing something happy, doing something that you enjoy, bringing more of the love and the passion back into your life. Now, I don't know if this is going to be easy, just because it is Pluto and it is Mars, so there could be a lot of really strong, intense feelings going on here when it comes to what makes you happy and what you enjoy, really wanting to push forward and to make some things happen, but having to deal with some fears that may be coming up and really just needing to move past it. Okay, I think as you're dealing with some of these things that make you happy, trying to figure some of this stuff out, bring more stuff into your life that you enjoy. I think you're also thinking very seriously about how you can create some stability with that in a home life based on this happy thing, because we do have Mars and Venus in Virgo also making a square to Saturn in your fourth house of home and family. Okay, so I just think that that is a really big message here. Just trying to do something that makes you happy, to bring some more happiness into your life, even if it's hard, and having to figure out, once you've done that happy thing and figured out what that is and brought it into your life, how you can start to build something stable and solid on it that can last and move forward. Okay, that's the main message, at least for the beginning part of the month. While you're trying to do that, we also have a lot of focus here on this part of your life, which is the moon here in your 8th house of changes. All right, and the moon here is opposite the sun in your 2nd house of money and of stability. Maybe I'll write stability here, although it can be all of those things. And this is a full moon, because we have the moon over here in your 8th and in opposition with the sun, which makes it a full moon. And I think what's going on is that as you're trying to build a home life based on what makes you happier, there are some changes you've been making in life, some endings or beginnings that have been going on here that you're really trying to end and just break through and just move past. You know, I think things have been crazy, making a lot of changes for the past year going on. And I think you're starting to realize, okay, I need to stop making so many changes. I need to end these changes in whatever way, so that you can start to build more stability in your life, be more comfortable with your life, and get some more of your money, your finances, and everything else in order. And I think that's what's happening here, trying to give birth to something happy, create some boundaries out of it so that you can finally, and a home life out of it, so that you can finally begin to be more stable as you move forward in that direction. All right, once you start to commit to doing something stable, being more stable, using your money and your gifts and talents, and becoming more confident as you step into this life here, because we are going to have a new moon in the 2nd house coming in later in the month too. I think you're going to have to figure out how to be happy and do this happy thing and be stable off of it. Use your money perhaps to finance this thing. Use all your gifts and talents and skills to nurture something that you're doing that you really, really enjoy, okay? You know, I may be a little bit difficult for you again because this is Pluto making a square over here to the sun and to Mercury, but I think you're really going to have to figure out here how to take something that you enjoy and how to finance it and how to be comfortable with it and how to use everything that you have at your disposal to do it in more of a solid and a stable and disciplined way so that you can begin to build something off of it. I think that's a big thing, okay? And I think if you stick with it and if you keep pushing forward, even though some things may be a little bit uncomfortable as you're trying to you know, redirect your life or do something that it is that you enjoy, I think doors are going to start to open up at the end of the month here with the sun and Mercury making a sextile over here to Saturn here, really bringing more stability in with your life, helping you to build that home life, helping you to feel more comfortable at your core, to work better with home and family in whatever way. You just got to get through some of these intense changes that have been happening with your life, really welcome something new in that makes you happy. It's like kind of weird because it's like, who would have thought that being happy can be so hard? Maybe I said that to you in one of my weeklies. But I think you really need to allow something happy to come in and figure some things out with that, and how other people can help you with that. And then at the end of the month, things are going to get a lot easier, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and erase some of this because things actually change at the end of the month. To me, I see the month coming in two distinct parts. I see there being the first part of the month dealing with some changes, dealing with some old stuff so that we can move forward. And then I see the end of the month here really helping us to break through and to find our groove once again and to move forward, okay? And I think a lot of that for you coming in at the end of the month is not only going to have to do with home, building more of that home life, feeling more comfortable at your core, building more stability, but it's also going to have a lot to do with here, your third house of communication and of talk and of what's familiar. All right, that's because we do have Jupiter and of course Mercury eventually this month on October 15th, once things start to change for the better, come into your third house. And I think what's going on there is that you're going to start to communicate a lot, perhaps a lot more about what's going on in your life. I think communication is going to get a lot easier and a lot smoother here with people and really help you to understand your life better and to make sense of your life better and have other people help you as well. To do something that is really familiar for you and to just help you feel more comfortable in your life. I think a lot of this too also has to do with stuff going on from 2012. Whatever was happening then that may have been difficult for you when Saturn was going through this spot of communication, of your community, of people around town. Jupiter here is going to help heal for you and going to help you to communicate a lot about your life and to make more sense of it perhaps than you have been able to do recently as you're really trying to build some more stability in your life, doing something that it is that you enjoy, okay? I think the main message at the end of the month, though, does become here to really focus on this communication, to really make sure you're talking to people about things. That's because we are going to have Mercury and eventually Jupiter in this place come into a square over here with the nodes, a T-square. All right, what's going on there? And I think what's happening is that you need to communicate with people at the end of the month based on everything that's happened to really begin to build a life that is more comfortable for you and that just feels better and that helps you really break through some old things from the past that have been holding you down and move forward. And I think that's going to be the big message, that after all of this crazy stuff has gone on all month, you're going to start to realize, okay, things are starting to even out. They're starting to get more stable. Now, how can I begin to let myself emerge, communicate more about people, let people know what's going on and make sense of my life so that I can create something that is more comfortable for me and that resonates more with me on the inside. I think the more you talk to people as well, here it is going to make more sense of your relationships at the end of the month. All right, with Mercury here also making a trine to Neptune in your 7th house. So as to where you may have been a little uncomfortable or confused about relationships towards the end of the month, I think after all this crazy stuff goes down, or at the beginning of the month, you may have been feeling a little weird. I think after all this crazy stuff goes down, at the end of the month, you're going to start to understand your relationships better, work better with people, understand why things had to happen in the way that they did, so that you can start to begin to move forward. And then of course, Mercury here also going to sextile Pluto in your 5th house of happiness too, really allowing you to welcome that happy thing in that was very hard for you and very difficult, and maybe bringing up some hard feelings for you at the beginning of the month, okay? But I think you just need to wait till the end of the month. You need to push through it, even if it is a little bit difficult, until things start to open up. And then when things do start to open up, just make sure you're communicating with people about what is going on inside you, okay, and about what you feel deep down and about what you need to make sure that you really can clinch this good stuff that's coming for you in your life, okay? So that's what's happening there, your card. Knight of Pentacles. This is interesting. I feel like this meant some instability coming in. Maybe not feeling like you have the stability in life that you need. Maybe not feeling like you're building your life in a really solid way, maybe because there are changes that it is that you are making in your life, but really needing to figure out what small steps can you take, even if it takes a while, even if it doesn't feel like it's yielding a lot of progress right now. What small steps can you do to take, even if they're little, to start to feel more comfortable in your life and build more stability? I know that's a big thing going on for you this month that I've been talking about. I think you can do it. I think you can find it. I think it's going to take you all month to do it, but if you just stay diligent and you just keep an eye on how you can start to feel more comfortable in your life, it will eventually fall into place if you keep working towards it. All right, so that's all I got for you this week. Thank you so much, or this month. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.